Well, folks, markets cooled off a bit today, but nothing too crazy just yet. The bigger story is what's waiting for us tomorrow because we've got a loaded economic calendar, including the federal interest rate decision, and that could be the thing that finally shakes this market out of its quiet setup. Stocks are sitting between obvious downside targets and fresh all-time highs. Oil just released energy to the upside, and Bitcoin is testing whether this is just a normal pullback or something more serious. We're going to break this all down and get into what we're seeing in the charts, and please note that none of this is buying or selling advice. We're just calling what we see happening in the charts as things develop.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very nervous kind of patience out there right now. I mean, we are quite literally one hawkish Fed word away from, a violent reset across every major asset class.
Right, and looking at the numbers, you can really see everyone kind of stepping back from the table. Like SPY slipped 0.49%, the Dow was basically flat, and QQQ dropped 1.01%.
Yeah, the tech side definitely felt it a bit more today.
For sure. And the Russell, the IWM, fell 1.17%. So the market is just sort of holding its breath right now. We're parked right between those fresh all-time highs and last Thursday's support level on SPY, which is sitting at $702.25.
And when you see that kind of tight compression, I mean, the best thing you could do as a trader is just avoid marrying a bias. You really have to wait for the patterns to resolve.
Right, don't just jump in and guess early.
Exactly. If you guess early, you just get chopped up.
Yeah.
And honestly, watching those key invalidation levels is a huge focus in Grok Trade's mentorship program. Rather than just, staring at historical charts all day, we have our traders use our proprietary trade log software to actually analyze their own real-time execution.
Which makes a huge difference.
It really does, because understanding your actual behavior, your risk management between these key zones when live money's on the line, well, that's how you actually survive these massive Fed days.
Absolutely. So while equities paused today, that overarching uncertainty really forced some serious moves in the leading indicators. Right?
Oh, definitely. The U.S. dollar, the DXY, and bond yields both popped today. And, when yields pop, that ripples through literally everything. But the real standout today was light crude oil, ticker CL.
Oh, yeah, that finally released its energy upward.
It did, yeah. It confirmed those inside candles we mentioned yesterday. It's like a coiled spring, right? The trading range was just getting tighter and tighter, compressing all that volatility, and today that spring finally uncoiled.
Right, and over on the equity side, I'm kind of watching how that broader uncertainty is shaping specific setups. Like Lumentum Holdings, ticker LITE, is currently testing a support trend line to see if it can consolidate into a bull flag.
That's a really good one to watch right now.
Yeah, and Adecoagro SA, ticker AGRO, is already forming a really orderly bull flag after a massive run-up. So for those maybe newer to the charts, a bull flag just means buyers are pausing to consolidate rather than rushing to sell. The volume is dropping, which tells us, sellers aren't really stepping in to drive the price down.
Yeah, and while equities are setting up nicely, that same strength we saw in the dollar and bond yields today is exactly what's putting pressure on risk assets. I mean, Bitcoin fell 1.31% today.
Yeah, but it's still holding that crucial swing low, right, at $73,800.
It is, yeah, which does keep the daily chart uptrend technically alive for now.
Well, okay, I have to push back there a little bit. I mean, is this really just a normal daily pullback? Or are we starting to actually see that higher time frame weakness we warned about previously?
That's a fair point. Why do you say that?
Because it's not just crypto showing cracks. I mean, gold futures, ticker GC, dropped 1.85% today, and silver futures, ticker SI, fell 2.71%. That's a pretty clear breakdown from a bear flag we've tracked for weeks now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right to be skeptical there. I mean, while holding $73,800 is a technical lifeline for Bitcoin right now, that weakness across the metals tells a much broader story. Gold and silver dropped because, again, bond yields popped ahead of this Fed meeting.
Right. Non-yielding assets suddenly look way less attractive.
Exactly. If the Fed stays hawkish tomorrow and drives yields even higher, that Bitcoin swing low is going to be under immense pressure. It's not a textbook breakdown across the board just yet, but the trapdoor is visibly open.
So if you were out there watching your portfolio right now, how do you even navigate tomorrow?
Well, to tie it all together, the strength in the dollar and yields is flashing a massive warning sign. When the market finally exhales tomorrow, if that rate decision triggers a rapid reset back to last Thursday's lows instead of fueling fresh highs, you really have to ask yourself, is your risk management actually prepared for that sudden volatility?
That is the vital question to chew on tonight. Have a great rest of the day, everybody, and we'll catch you in tomorrow's market summary.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you're a newer trader and want a great foundation with no fluff, start with our free Trading 101 videos at groktrade.com/learn. And if you're ready to reach your full trading potential, whether you're a total beginner or a battle-hardened trader, check out our mentorship program at groktrade.com/trading mentor. All of these links are in the description below. Grok Trade is where traders reach their full potential.